So we'll just wait and see if we get people in, and just test the sound again for me before I say too much. So probably should put my readers on in case anyone does. Hopefully I've made it live and I've done all the correct Jimmy flips. This is what we're up against now. Look, people are virtually stepping in the canal to avoid contact. That's the way. G'day. John, how are you? Does it sound okay? Hello, fella. G'day. Hey, by gum. Hey. Rick, how are you, mate? Oh, this fella, this little chocolate lab, he's got quite a limp.
He's got quite a limp.
He has. G'day, Rick, how are you? Yeah, you did manage to catch us, man. Did you see any? I don't know whether you thought it was a good idea, Rick, doing 3 live streams today, just to sort of show how the day has gone for us. We have walked. This is our 3rd section or 2nd section? No, 2nd today, isn't it? So we stopped in Stoke-on-Trent for a lovely little meal of proper cafe food, pie and gravy and chips and.
Oh, we just had a mini break there. We had an orange and a little chat quickly while we decided what we were doing.
And I was hello Sally again. And I was thinking of doing another one later, but really, I don't know whose bright idea this was. Really, it's too much work. Live streaming 3 times in a day. It's also slowing us down just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
We've only probably done about 20 kilometres today.
Oh no.
Yeah, which means we've probably still got a couple of hours walking left in us.
Well, I think we've got at least another 5Ks.
So I'm going to swap our arms, Michelle, occasionally. You'll just have to do-si-do with me. We'll do at least another 5Ks. Let's have a look at the canals. G'day, Paul again. Hello, mate. So let's have a look at the canals. Look at these lovely.
Just to prove that we are actually walking today and not just sat
look
talking.
Look at the reflection off the
oh, wow,
canal. That looks rather nice, doesn't it?
The sun's come out.
The sun has come out for the first time today. I often say to Michelle, we frequently do our live streams when things look better.
We always do our live streams when things look better.
So we don't often do it when the wind is blowing and you're sort of being pelted by hailstone. But g'day. Look at this little doggy here. Hello. How are you? Are you allowed to say hello? Are you? Are you? Hello. Hello. You're very gorgeous. Sorry. So yes, we often do the live streams at the best spots. You know, I know when I was up north, I think my mother used to say to me, oh, it always looks lovely when you're stopped. But when I call her half an hour later and we're walking along and the wind is blowing and the rain's peppering through your clothing, it's a different story. Anyway, it is nice. It's gorgeous at the moment. G'day, how are you? Even blue skies, would you believe? So, since we left the cafe and we had our pie and chips and gravy, and I have to say I had another sandwich. I had a sausage sandwich and Michelle had a big portion of chips to go with her bacon roll that she had. Since we left the cafe, we've walked another approximately 10 kilometres. So we are a bit behind. We like to be sort of at the thick end of 30 kilometres by 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and I think it's already about 4 o'clock if I'm not much mistaken. So we're a little bit behind, and a lot of that was to do with making these videos today.
Well, we were a lot later leaving than we anticipated, and then we spent probably quite a bit of time in the cafe.
We did, because we got up at 6 o'clock this morning.
We did.
because we thought we were going to have to rush off quickly because we half expected the lock keeper to chase us off the lock. Not that we'd have been chased off, but he turned out to be such a lovely fella that we stayed there a bit longer. As you saw when we, not the lock keeper, the tunnel keeper. And we keep seeing these signs. Look at these. These are old, what's the word? Steel, not cast iron signages. So it says R&D Stone, Shirlow 51 miles, Preston and Brook 41 miles.
The trouble is we don't know where either of those places are.
No, we're not. What's happened to my turning button? Come on, work again. Oh, come on, button. Is it my finger?
It's cold, it doesn't like your
Doesn't
finger
like my
back.
cold finger. So we don't know where any of those places are. They're certainly not on our route,
No.
but there's somewhere probably north of the Macclesfield Canal. Maybe
yeah.
this one goes
And then
up
all
past
the way
there.
down the other way.
So,
That makes sense.
hi Moog Father, how are you? Dwayne, really old signs, yes, really, really old signs.
Well, on the other canal, on the Macclesfield Canal, all the signposts like that were in stone and you couldn't read them, could you?
No, they were very old stone mile posts.
And occasionally you'd get a word, but
They were so worn out, and I do think it's nice actually if you're going to have these signs. I don't think when they put those stone signposts up maybe 100 years or more back, they thought, oh, I hope they stay up there till nobody can read them. I think they probably would have long got up and replaced them. So why the councils aren't just saying, okay, enough's enough, this is just basically a gritty sign with a couple of hieroglyphics that can be barely read.
I mean, they can leave the sign there, just put a new one next to it.
Yeah, because it would have been nice to know how far we were from Marple or how far to the next junction. So those ones are quite good, the ones that we just saw there. They're
Yeah, well, they're
very
in
rare.
1891 or something, it said. So.
Yeah, very readable.
And we were very industrial when we left.
Anne's in. Hello, Anne. Thank you so much, Anne, by the way. I don't know if I've said it while you've been on, for all your help and contributions. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Very sweet. Sue, how are you? Sue Johns is in. So,
I was saying it was very industrial when we left the cafe and got back onto the canal.
really,
It was beautiful. So.
the section of canal coming out of Stoke was really quite harsh looking and dry. Interesting, but quite harsh. There were a lot of homeless people on the canal sides, which was a bit sad. I don't like to see that in this day and age. What was very interesting around Stoke was how many of the huge pottery factories there were along the canal side. You could see these sort of big, like chimneys, but they were pot-bellied chimneys. And I didn't realise at first, but they're kilns, I'm pretty sure, for kilning, for want of another word, heating up bricks, pottery. So a lot of the famous potteries around this area, and I think it's particularly famous along this stretch of canal. G'day, how are you? So, who's that? Maybe, I don't think they're brick kilns.
No, I think they're it's potteries. It's
Pottery
porcelain.
kilns.
It's because that's where Josiah Wedgwood was from
Yeah.
around here. They're famous for their tea sets and things.
Yeah, I mean, we actually went through the town of Twyford's, is it?
Yes, well, we went to Twyford Lock.
Twyford's is actually a very famous brand. I think there used to be the Twyford Duck or something. But Twyford, I think, is a very famous brand of porcelain toiletware.
And we passed Spode. That was another one.
Spode. So a lot of famous potters, which people are quick to tell us about.
Which we didn't realise.
Didn't realise that Josiah. What's the guy's name?
Wedgwood.
Mr. Wedgwood,
Mr. Wedgwood.
as he likes to know us. Josh Wedgwood used to live this way, and used to knock out a few pots and pots and tea saucers. Good evening, Groovy Chick. Nice to catch up, star 1234533. So yeah, they are brick kilns. They're made of bricks. I mean, they're very thick brick walls, but they're like little sort of
like chimneys with pot bellies.
Yeah, like
chimney stacks.
Like the top end of an onion, really.
Yes, bulbous.
Like a bulbous onion shaped kiln. And there are loads of them along this. I have filmed them for the wonderful upcoming series, which will probably be in about 2025 when I get it finished. So, how are we feeling, Michelle? How do two long distance hikers feel after doing only 20 kilometres?
Well, I was a bit flagging in the middle after my lunch.
I think that's about 12 miles, by the way. To us now, that's a short walk.
Oh, 20 k's. But yes, and we had a little rest at that last lot. Had a tangerine and a
chocky biscuit.
And yeah, I'm okay again now. I can do the next hour or so while we look for a spot.
I will say that we both bent to taking some ibuprofen. Ibuprofen? I can never say that properly. Because our feet, from the big walks we've done the last 3 days, I think our feet are a little bit tender, to say the least.
Yeah,
Now this little boat here,
oh, look at that.
the Serendipity. Serendipity reminds me actually that the gentleman that served us our pie, gravy and chips today. I come right over. If I go much into the bushes, Michelle will realise I'm trying to get her to come round. I'm virtually stood in that guy's garden. Came from Sri Lanka. So the guy serving us in there was from Sri Lanka. Why does that? Anyone want to tell me? Can anyone there tell me a little quiz? Why did the boat Serendipity somewhat ring a bell because of the guy from Sri Lanka?
That's the connection.
What do you plan to do after reaching Land's End? Oh, nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to sit like a vegetable for a year. I don't know. We want to try and head back. We'd like to see some family and friends here. We want to go and see our buddy Rick again, who was an absolute... Oh, Rick, you're there, aren't you? Who was just the most awesome host.
Absolutely.
And we want to go home. Like the rest of you, we'd like to go home. We'd like to be with our family. At the moment, that could still be quite an expensive deal.
Well, at the moment, it might not be an option.
Yeah,
still not.
because flights are all over the place. Yeah. You know what it's like. I'll swap over so you're not pushing you in the canal, Michelle. So, yes. Anyone want to have a little guess?
Did anybody answer the question? Anybody won the prize?
Where are you going?
We're going down this path.
We're going down this path. Where are you going?
This is the Trent and Mersey Canal.
It is. I think Rick's answered our question.
Has he? Oh,
he has.
Does Rick get the prize?
That is correct, Rick. Serendip. What has he said there?
What did he say?
Serendip is the name for the island of Sri Lanka.
Correct.
Indeed it was, Rick. Originally, when I think it was the Egyptians, though I could be wrong, it's somewhere from that area, discovered Sri Lanka by mistake, and that's why serendipity means to come a big... Now, quick quiz, Rick.
Yes.
Who owns this pub? So the word serendipity means to find something beautiful by chance or to come across something quite by accident. Now, that's why Serendib was the name that they gave to Sri Lanka, way before they gave it the name Ceylon. Now, Now, no, that he does not, Rick, but a good guess. But I'll get in a bit closer and you can maybe see. The plume of feathers. There's a bit of a giveaway there, Rick. We were just told by a guy on the canal that... oh, we are. We are. Sorry, I'm drawn to the pub.
He's taking me up a hill.
Rick, how did you guess?
Did you get it again?
Rick's 2 points to Rick. All right, next question. What colour is this bin? Where's your bin?
Where's your bin?
Apparently, yes, it's owned by Neil Morrissey of, is it Birds of a Feather? Was he also in, was he in the Young Ones? Neil Morrissey? I think he was. I get a couple of the guys confused. They look a bit similar, but I think he was in the Young Ones, or is that someone different? I wouldn't be winning any quizzes. Well done, Rick. You go to the top of the class, take an apple out of the barrel.
You're on form tonight.
But you didn't get the colour of that bin, did you? Was it men behaving badly?
I would think that.
Who was the guy that paid the hippie on the Young Ones? What was his name? And he had the song "Hole in My Shoe." Was that not Neil Morrissey? No, it isn't, is it? No, he's got another. No, but they look similar. They look similar. So, I'm sure that has been answered. Well done, Iavoof. Green. Rick, I'm afraid you've lost a point. Grey, you've lost a point. Hi, Cheryl. Awesome job, folks. Awesome to see your trip. Love going along with you. Thank you very much, Cheryl, and thank you again for supporting us.
Thank you, Cheryl.
And Rick, of course, thank you for supporting us, you lovely man. And everybody. This is really just say, you know, because the first one we were sat at a bench saying where we'd camped. And the second one we were eating again, but this time in what I would call a greasy teaspoon cafe. It was actually called the London Cafe in Stoke-on-Trent. And I thought it was actually owned by a guy from Turkey and being served by a guy from Sri Lanka. In the old, beautiful island of Serendip.
Yeah, we did a bit of globe trotting in that cafe.
Francesco, hello from Italy. Ciao. Ciao, bello. Welcome, Francesco. I'm not sure if I've seen you comment before. Anyway, forgive me if you have. I can be a little bit... Okay, what are these trees? Come on. You can drag a point back now, Rick, if you like. Very quickly. But if you get one wrong, you're back to zero. Go Peak District. Willow. Well, Quentin, lovely. Willow. And Rick said Weeping Willow, but he came in second, so he loses a point for coming in second. Sue John takes the next point. Weeping Willow. I'm being mean now. Willow, Sally, well done. Oh, but it goes to Quentin, who got there just in a... Well, actually, Quentin, you did say willow, but I'll give you that. They are weeping willows.
And they love water.
They do love water. We used to have one in our garden years ago, and it was one of the wettest gardens you could have possibly had. So it used to be there just to sort of sip up all the boggy water. Walking across that garden reminds me a little bit of some of the Pennine Way.
Yes.
Nokni or Nosni Sujek. No, we won't go to the Peak District because I don't even like the sound of the word peak. after all the mountains we've climbed, we're quite happy to go to the flat district. I'd like to be in Norfolk at the moment.
That would be cool.
Flat old Norfolk. That's why we're on the canals. We're not looking to do any more really big hills, though we have some to do, I think, down towards the Cornish coast.
I mean, to be honest, we've done over half of this trip, and all of that has been in the hills.
Yeah.
None of it's been on the flat.
And
Well,
people keep saying how beautiful it is up the hills. Well, I can get a postcard for that. I don't need to keep climbing up and just about whinge. What's the word? Like,
wheezing.
wheezing my breath as I get to the top of another mountain, look down and see all I can see when I get to the top of the mountain at the moment. I look down, Michelle and I, we stand there and we look down the mountain and all we can see is where we just bloody well walked up.
But then you turn the other way and you see the beautiful valley, but then you see the other mountain above the other side of it and think, we've got to walk up that yet.
Mountains are, trust me, they're a lot prettier when you just get a bus to the top of them.
Yeah.
Not true. I know it's not true.
They are lovely, but we've done enough of them.
Whittling on.
Whittling on?
Look at this pretty little place here. I'll see if I can get the balance of the water off of the canal. Look at this. Look at that. Take a photo.
That's a painting and a half, isn't it?
That's pretty, isn't it? This is why I like canals. There's none of this up in the mountain, you know.
And we're seeing people. You don't see other people.
And you know I love talking to people. I keep bumping into people. You know, Roy and Audrey, the beautiful couple that we met the other day, who made us a cup of tea, despite the fact that they were being advised not to. Made me a lovely pot of tea and Michelle a cup of coffee. We sat and had a yarn with them. They're not going to be on top of a mountain. It is lovely, isn't it, Rick?
Oh, look, it's just a cat.
And there's a little cat there now, look. Little Ginger Tom, look.
There's the wildlife.
Okay, just zoom in. He's going to, he's going for some food. Oh.
Yeah, no, coming in. No, thinking about it.
You wanted to come in?
We knew he was going to get a cuddle.
What's it whittling on, Sue? Isn't that taking a little penknife to a piece of wood and making a little shape out of it? This is a pretty little stretch of river.
It is.
There's another little picturesque scene ahead of us here. I'll get ready to do your screen captures because I think this is an equally idyllic little picture coming up, if I can just get the angle right. So, this is our day. Basically, morning, wake up, breakfast, coffee first, breakfast second. Try to motivate ourselves.
Actually, today was slightly different. We had coffee outside. We normally have coffee in the tent.
There's the picture.
That tree's been pollarded.
No, it hasn't. Oh, that one has?
Yes, it has.
Oh, now Michelle just said the tree has been pollarded. And I said, no, it hasn't. Now, Vicky Pollard would probably not agree. Anjali, hello, you lovely lady. Oh,
Hi, Anjali.
Anjali's in. Going on about the mountains. Whittling on or prattling, Quentin, sorry. Okay. This is a quiz day, isn't it? Why, when I'm looking at that tree, is Michelle saying, whoops, I can't go to, why when I'm looking at that tree is Michelle saying about pollarding? There's a point to be had here.
Friday quiz night with Steve. Out and about.
Out and about.
Whichever county we're in, because I can't remember.
Are we in Cheshire? Or are we past?
We might be in Staffordshire, I'm not sure.
Well, it is a great day outdoors. We could be in Staffordshire.
We could be in Cheshire.
So, the reason when I'm looking that tree, where is it? That tree there, Michelle's talking about pollarding, has nothing to do with that tree. It was the tree behind that one there. And the art of actually trimming a tree in that style, that one's been done, where they cut down, very harsh cutting down, is also called pollarding. And that's where the old family name, the Pollards, come from. Most old English names have a trade attached to them. Pollarding, the Pollards were the people that used to cut down the coppice is another form, but coppicing is slightly different than pollarding. That tree has been pollarded, okay? And I don't see that done.
No.
I think that's the reason why Michelle said it, is I don't see that done very often in England anymore.
No.
You see that a lot more in France.
And I don't think that's probably been done on purpose. I think
No, I don't think I don't possibly the reason they pollard trees is also to do with the longevity and the health, keeping the tree healthy, but also I forget the exact reasoning, but it's to do with you have to do it at a certain time in the season. When do we used to pollard the trees? In the sort of late autumn time. Anyway, I won't bore you with pollards.
There's been a bit of a spat here.
I think there has. We've been like a pesky puddy cat.
Yeah, maybe that puddy cat.
I tore a puddy cat. There's a lot of feathers here. And I smell tar.
Do you?
Like bitumen tar.
Yes, I do. Also.
So, I would have told you hello, I would have told you this morning that you sounded okay, but just signed in as you signed off. Thanks, Jan. Sorry, we are just, it does encourage the growth, but it also, it stunts it in such a way that it gives it a longer life than it ordinarily would do. So the old woodsmen that used to take care of forests and things knew how to pollard and coppice trees so that they would actually get longer life out of the trees. Laurie, how are you? We are just outside of, we're probably about several kilometres outside of Stoke-on-Trent. It's hard actually, I didn't realise how hard it was holding this up while I'm walking.
There's a bench.
There's a bench. So I'm going to sit on it, if it's not too wet. Sit and rest, look at this. This is almost like something out of Alice in Wonderland. Sit and rest. Eat me. I will get the pad out, Michelle, just to sit. So we've got these little seats that we picked up the idea from our friends Chris and Pete, who use them all the time. They're little foam seats, and they not only get the wet off, but they also keep your bum warm. I'm not going to take my bag off.
No. Ooh, did you get mine out?
There you go. Oops, hang on.
Thank you.
Oh, I better undo the buckle and undo the chest thing as well. I can't sit forward. I'm not going to take my bag off. We'll just have a little chat with you all.
The bench is big enough for packs.
How do we get home? We don't know. We don't know.
We haven't worked that one out yet.
They haul people, but we saw something really cool today, all in the upcoming series. There was actually a trade, like a shop, canal shop that sold coal, wood, gasoline, and kindling, and he was pulling along canal boats, real old school. Like a real old school fella, a young guy, but he was like almost like the Artful Dodger sort of like character, and they also pump out the toilets, the water systems.
What he was saying, is it?
Yeah. So he has
tying his boat up to these boats.
Yeah, so he was
selling.
coming along the canal, and he just as he sees people that call him over, he will sell them bags of coal, wood. Gas for their gas bottles for their heaters, and diesel. They had a proper little diesel pump in it. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a lovely guy, Jay.
And he just
What's his
stood
name?
up and round and.
And him and 2 other guys do all the canals in this region, all the way, all the sort of Midland canals. That's their little area. So I thought it was quite cool. I've never seen that before on the canals. Oh,
You see that a lot in sort of Asia, there where they're selling off the boats, but you don't expect it here, do you? So it was cool.
blue skies.
Yes.
It's going to be cold tonight. So Laurie, that's genuinely, generally, not genuinely, it's people, and mostly it's people on holidays. It's just a holiday system. But there are a lot of people now this time of year that live on their canals.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Ooh, but it's
Good
cold
morning
there.
from Saskatchewan, Canada. Where are we again? Where I just said.
Just that.
Yes, there are homes. Look, they're on every now and again. There are homes, and actually, you saw over there on that side where I showed you that lovely picture. Those little homes there were right on the canal front, and then we'll come to a section which we probably will do next, where Michelle and I will start to look for somewhere to stop for the night, where it's sort of open farmland and parks and the likes. Let me just see, have I got to tap that one more time?
We were a bit close.
Oh, so.
It's good when we stop.
So I won't do this again, 3 live streams in a day.
Yeah.
To be honest, it slowed us down quite a bit, and it's quite tiring, but it was fun,
Yeah,
and I'm
no,
glad
it's
I'm
been-
glad you all came along. I know some of you have been in for every stream, which is really cool. I know some of you can't be, but do go back and watch this morning's one and yesterday's as well. There was a stream yesterday if you missed it. Do go back and watch this morning's one. They're not very long, and they'll just give you an idea of what Michelle and I get up to in each of our days. Cold is better than rain by a long stroke, though we've had rain all morning. Quentin, we walk 5 kilometres an hour, 3 miles an hour on average. That's our daily sort of rate. Sometimes it drops, but generally that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're 25 to 30 Ks a day. We're up to, but
No, this last 3 days we've been doing well over 30 Ks every day. So we've been up as high as close to sort of 35
I think that's why today's
kilometres.
not so.
I think that's why my feet were so sore yesterday.
Yeah, we've been walking on sort of rocky paths.
Yeah, and this council in I think they called it. So that was Stoke-on-Trent, but I think as we came out there was a little suburb called Trenton or something, and or Stoketon.
Trenton.
Okay, and they'd put all this pea shingle down on the path, which looked really pretty, but was horrible to walk on.
Yeah.
There was a poor girl pushing a pushchair. It was like, you know what it's like
it's so
on
noisy.
shingle, and
It's
it's
so
noisy, and it's scratching on your feet, and your boots are filling up with shingle all the time. So I don't know what bright spark in the council came up with that idea, but I suspect it won't catch on.
No.
So that's how fast we work. Groovy chick, you within 5 days. I was shocked. You might, yeah. I could have posted. She said it was only 5 days in the post. We could have posted ourselves home. Sometimes I wish we could, but we've really broken the back of this walk now. I feel like we would be foolish to drop out. It's probably getting close to just over 600 kilometres left to do. If we can keep an average with maybe the odd rest day of over 25 kilometres a day, if we can keep 25 kilometres a day, it looks like almost a snake the way that grass is lifting. Then what is that? So 4 days, 100 kilometres. 6 fours, 24 days.
Plus maybe the rest day or so.
Add a couple of days on there because you've always got to.
You've got to have slow days. You might have good days, and then you've got to have a rest day.
But I'm already allowing for that because 25 would be a lower day. So we are getting there.
We are.
And I can't tell you, Rick, yet how many days it is to... yeah, I know, but I can't remember to Damon's Field how many kilometres it is. But I will try and work it out to be a weekend if we can. Even if we've got to stop in a Premier Inn somewhere. 58 people in, only 16 thumbs up. Come on.
Oh, come on. Where's my thumbs up?
There's lots of people coming in now and I want to stop.
It's that time of night.
Oh, look how blue
Look how yellow the trees
the
are.
sky is.
And green. And it's looking very pretty.
We will be heading home eventually, but at the moment, Cheryl, we can't. The borders to our part of Australia are still shut, and
There's people in charge who don't know what they're doing.
oh, excuse me. See, Michelle's having a little puff on her. What do they call them?
Pacifier.
Pacifier, no. Those little electronic cigarette
No,
things. No, it's a water. It's our water drink.
Water. And because we can get water now, can't we?
Because we've got a key.
Got a key.
We got the key of the door. Never been 24 before.
Before. It should be in that pocket.
I hope I've still got a key. I said to you earlier, through the guy we met this morning, we managed to get hold of ourselves a wonderful canal side key, which opens all sorts of delights along the canal. Ba-boom, and it floats just in case you drop it. This will get you into, it will open up the water supplies on the canal, it will open up the bathrooms and a few other facilities. 63, come on. Vape, yes, I keep seeing people walking about sucking on these sort of vape things as if it's like a pacifier.
Yeah.
I do think, you know, vaping's not a bad excuse to get yourself off of smoking, but if you just wander around the street sucking on it, you look like you've got a great big dummy in your mouth. I think it can look a little bit stupid. So sorry guys,
smoke,
if you think vaping looks cool, I mean, it's a good way of weaning yourself, but I'm not a big fan of seeing a guy walking around like this in the street all day long. Does
luxury
make me
accommodation. Did I see Sue say there? What? Because we've got a key of the door.
luxury accommodation. We could sleep in the toilets. But one of the biggest pluses, the smallest things, is actually being able to have access to water without having to keep going off into towns and buying it or having to ask people. Oh, we've met some nice people knocking on doors.
We have met some nice people knocking on doors. But it means
Knocking on doors?
Knocking on doors. But it means sometimes we can stop where there's water, have a brew and then top up.
Yeah, that is a big thing. We can actually make a coffee at a lockside, and strangely enough, you know, coffee takes a lot. 2 cups of coffee, 750 mils of water. It's almost a bottle, you know, and then we're out of water again. We've got to go looking for new water. So we both carry a litre of water on our side packs, and also 2 litres of water in these bladders that we can use while walking along. Yeah, having the key is brilliant, Rick. Having the key is brilliant, and that's all thanks to our good friend Dave. Good day, Amy. How are you?
Hi, Amy.
So, 73. Come on, you must hit the thumbs up. Shall we walk along a bit again? I'll get Michelle just to hold the camera a minute. So
he hands me the camera, but my arms aren't that long.
So just straighten myself up, Sally. Straighten myself up, Sally. What's that from?
I don't know.
Straighten me up, Sally. Somebody might.
Amy, thank you. There you are. It's all yours. I'll just carry this for now.
Yes.
Pull me up.
Pull you up, Sally. Sorry, Sally. That was from one of the Charles Dickens shows, wasn't it? I can't remember which one. Thank you for letting us sit on your bench, you lovely people. Whoops. There we go. Good day.
There's another one coming.
Another one?
Another one coming, a bit behind.
Oh, we might as well.
Come on, pedal faster. You didn't get my joke.
Why?
Well, he just looked at me.
Well, you're not surprised. A young lad going past on a bike with you shouting pedal faster.
He had his music gone too loud.
Karen says 304 miles or 489. I'm not too approximate. The guys are really motoring. Yes, we have about 600 and something kilometres. We're doing well, Amy.
Yeah, if you do from where we are down to Land's End on Google, it takes you on the roads and it's a lot shorter.
We are 21, Sue. Thank you. Will it ever warm up, Dwayne? I'm sorry, I thought you were from Australia. I don't know why, Dwayne. I think it's because I've got a friend, Dwayne, in Australia. Sometimes keep forgetting that you're in Canada.
Will it ever warm up? No, it's only
No,
gonna get colder,
apparently not.
we talk to everybody and they say it's going to get cold.
It's just getting colder and colder and colder. Not as cold as you lot, though, with your no thumbs up. Come on.
Where's my thumbs up? I'm carrying
If only to antagonise me. Brittany, how are you? We have well hit the halfway point by quite some. It's about a 2,000 kilometre walk, we reckon, approximately. And we have got about 600 kilometres left. So it's we have well over halfway. Lance, how are you from Taiwan? We never got to Taiwan last year, did we?
But there's time.
Went on holiday. You can go to Australia. Even we can go to Australia. Even we can go to Australia, but we can't go. It would be, it'd be like saying Ireland is shut down. Nothing can go in. No boats, no cars, nothing at all. And you saying to somebody, but you can always fly to Scotland.
Not a lot of points.
Victoria is shut down, and it's a massive state. It's as big as many countries. So Victoria is shut down, and we can fly to another state. But as things were when we started this walk, you weren't able to cross into Victoria. This is the sort of thing we're up against now, where people will cross into the bushes, so that it's distancing. Oh dear. Got enough thumbs up? Not at the moment. No, 25 thumbs up we've got. We need more. Good day, how are you?
Thanks.
All right. It's a funny old world that we live in, where people will walk out on a main road. We've had it happen where people will walk out on a main road. I'll be honest with you, social distancing was designed, it was a dumb idea. Oh, don't get me into trouble. It was an idea that somebody in government came up with because they'd worked out that if you stood and went, achoo, that you could sneeze 2 meters. So they basically said, you stay 2 meters away, because if you don't, somebody... Now, people won't walk near you. They won't walk within 2 meters of you. These viruses, they haven't got wings. They can't fly. They literally can't come out of your body and go 2 meters. You have to, firstly, somebody has to sneeze in your direction and be within 2 meters of you, and it land on you. So please, people, 2 meter rule is good, but stop hiding in the bushes. Stop running into doorways every time you see people. They've got to, anyway. No, I'm not talking, sorry. I don't want to get into that. Dwayne, this is a canal. Dwayne, where have you been? I love you, man, but we are walking down.
This is the Trent and Mersey Canal.
I would never sneeze on you, not without going, COVID! That's for sure. I would let you know. But yes, people are literally taking it so seriously, as if that around anybody with a cold or a flu or anything else is a whole 2 meter swarm of bugs flying around you, which is beyond ridiculous. Now, yes, I still, I'm not talking about it.
We've moved on.
We've moved on. Thank you, Amy. It is beautiful, isn't it? The colour that's popped now. That willow over there that's weeping, it's weeping away. It's sadly crying into the river. Crying into the river. It's busy this evening, and that's...
It's what?
I was just saying how busy it was, and I'm looking. There's no one that way as far as the eye can see, and there's no one that way as far as the eye can see. Do you think we're social distancing enough?
We always know when we're getting towards the nearer to a town or a village, because we start seeing people.
I think I've got a preacher coming alongside me. Lance, looks like Mom's province in the Philippines. Is that your mum's or Mom's province? Is that actually a place? I'm not sure.
Well, it's very beautiful.
It is very beautiful. So, there's 69 people. 27 of you are beautiful, beautiful, wonderful people with hearts of gold.
Where's my thumbs up?
And 69 of you, no, 49 of you, sorry. 49 of you are mean-spirited people who can't be bothered to hit the thumbs up button to make Michelle's day a little bit bright and cheery. But anyway, we'll go with the 27 of you. Mind you, I do know sometimes the app itself doesn't always refresh. Sally, I know, sweet, you've been wonderful. Dwayne, lovely. It's the other 40, what are we looking at, 48, 49.
That many. That many.
Oh, my maths is terrible. It's probably somebody say, that's 22.6.
It's like we were talking to that guy, wasn't it? And he said, how many days have you been walking? And we said, we don't know, about 8 weeks, and he immediately came up with a number, didn't he? So
Yes, yeah.
He was a numbers guy.
He was a numbers guy. How many days? How many more days have you got left?
Oh, well, no. This is bridge 102 we're coming up to.
The he flew. No, I mean, I just find it a little tricky. It's funny though, you know. People are very brainwashed at the moment by, we watched a tiny bit of television in the hotel, and the amount of money the government have spent on this fear campaign is quite amazing. People, you cannot but be not affected by it. It's impossible not to be affected by the campaign of immense fear that's out there. And it would be hard for anybody to say, you know, because all I ever hear from the guy we just met just a moment ago, the first thing people want to say to you when we talk about anything, and we say we're from Australia, they always say, oh, Australia, great, they got it right, they shut down really early. Well, I think it's mainly because they think that's what we want to hear. We don't believe that at all to be the case. We think that this should have been treated in a manner appropriate to a new virus that's come out, that people who were at risk should have been taken care of, and the rest of us should have got on with our lives. So, but I think people feel that they want to say all the way how well done Australia is. But I can tell you, everybody I know in Australia is sick to the back teeth of their government, treating them like 3-year-olds. And I think when I was up in Scotland, I wasn't, you were with me, weren't you?
What?
In Scotland.
In Scotland, yeah.
Yeah.
When
we were up in Scotland, we were getting the same from our Scottish friends as well. Sick to the back teeth of being treated.
Even like Roy and Audrey, they said that.
Roy and Audrey, elderly couple in their 80s.
They're going out shopping
They're
once a week.
sick to the back teeth of being told they can't go out all year long. The 80-year-old gentleman that I met up in the Highlands in a brewery, in a whiskey distillery up in the Highlands of Scotland, 80-year-old, said to us, they're not shutting this down for me. G'day guys. They're not shutting this down for, he says, I'm 80. He said, if I'm gonna die of a cold, I'm gonna die of a cold. Lance, thank you, man.
Thank you, Lance.
Thank you, my friend. I'm not sure what NT is, but thank you. What else? We have met so many good people. Barbara, Michelle, the lady that dropped us to the shops when we couldn't get any provisions that day. Simon and Alison. Simon, a distinguished, good day, a distinguished respiratory doctor from Norfolk who invited us into his home for coffee and cake.
And a shower. And
a shower, and drove us, because we were going the wrong way, and drove us to the shops and back to the point where we got off. You know, people are Six. So when you meet someone from Australia and they say, I'm from Australia, and you tell them, oh, Australia are doing the right thing, shutting everything down, don't, because that's not what we want to hear. We want you to remind us what a bunch of idiots our government is, what a bunch of idiotic morons, school children are running our country, and how they can grow up while they sit in their country mansions behaving like absolute morons. And I meant it the other day when I was up in Scotland and we could see the shooting ranges where there are guys with their shotguns, ba-bang, 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 shooting grouse. That they're all a bunch of morons in tweed from the Houses of Lords who have never done a day's work in their life, who couldn't open and reheat a tin of baked beans, sat up there on their phones, ringing down to the politicians in London and saying, yes, Jeremy, shut down and tell everybody nobody more than 6 people can go, but be quick because I've got to shoot some more bloody grouse. Well, we don't want those people part of our lives anymore. And I'll take all the thumbs down you like for that. I don't care. And I know some of you don't want me to say this stuff, but I'm so sorry. It's the way I strongly feel. And it's the reason Michelle and I are out here walking to get away from it. Because you know what? In life, you can break your pick trying to chip away at things that people have tried to chip away at so many times before. And I don't think there's any fixing it. You know? I don't think there's any fixing it. Otherwise, I would give it a try. All I can say, well, I've got 112 of you in, is stand up to these morons. Don't let them destroy your lives and stop watching the telly. Stop watching the idiot box.
Who's the super chat from? I can't see.
Oh, Brittany.
Thank you, Brittany. Is that to tell him to shut up, or yes, you agree with him?
Thank you, Brittany. So sweet. And we will we'll use that tomorrow to treat ourselves.
Oh, thank you, Brittany.
Thank you.
Well, that's like Roy, I'm getting back onto this. Roy said to us when we were explaining that we can't
Roy,
go
the
home,
80-year-old.
and you know, we're stuck here. He said, well, what do you do? What do people do if they can't afford to stay, you know, in these countries?
Exactly. You know, I also hear time and time again from Australians and Brits being anti-Trump, against everything. Well, I don't want to get involved in the American politics as well. But I think unless you actually fully understand the country's situation, you know, at the beginning of this year, I know a lot of British people felt very proud that they had a Prime Minister, not everybody, and I understand that, they had a Prime Minister that was almost sort of Churchwellian. He was almost sort of like going to take everything forward. And now what have you got? You've got a muppet, a complete and utter muppet that is just folding over time and time again every time people tell him what to do. And what's going to happen is, sadly, a guy who stood a chance of making a difference is going to actually be got rid of for all the wrong reasons. Era Gaming, hello, how are you? I don't want to get overly involved in your politics. I think it's down to Americans to choose. Look, if you start religion and politics, dangerous areas to be in, yes? You have to remember it's not our business to tell the Americans how they should vote. But I would not say, and I know some Americans will think I'm being maybe disrespectful, but I don't have a problem with Trump at all. It's very rare that somebody in politics comes from a business background. Most of them came straight from school and went into politics. They've never done anything proper in their life. And in Australia, this is what we have. We have school children that never really grew up running our country. So it was possibly a breath of fresh air to have a change in the system. Whether it was a good thing or not, I don't know. But I do think in Australia and also in the United Kingdom, sometimes even if a bag of Golden Wonder crisps ran for, you know, Prime Minister or President, people would vote it in because they're so sick of the rubbish that we keep being handed. So I think that's where your Trump moments come from. It's please, regulars, tell me off, and I will stay out of your politics.
Look, I've got 2 bridges to come under now. Point it that way. I like that.
Oh,
view.
look at this, another beautiful picture. Rick, tell me to shut up if you're there. Tell me to shut up. I'm going to get myself killed. There we go. Look at those two. So there's an arch. How unusual, an arch and a square bridge in alignment. Rarely a square bridge, but not often. I take these pictures in the live streams and then we'll never see them again because I can't.
And then we've got another one of our.
Okay, I need you. I'm going to step out here. Oh,
Yes, we've probably
look,
walked
look,
a
look, look,
mile.
look. What would the last one say?
I think we've walked a mile.
Shardlow to Preston Brook.
It always says those. It just counts down on the miles.
Yes, lovely. This one's got a plaque down there.
Yeah, something, memory of somebody. Can't read it. Though.
And I'm going to step out on this edge here. See if I can't get the perfect picture for you all. It's not always the safest, is it?
No.
Okay. Okay, here we go. How pretty is that? It would have been nice with a little bit of sun on it though, on the far bridge. Oh, Rick, tell me off. I'm sure I'm going to get myself into lots of bother. Anyway, Michelle, did you get the white brick out and the charger? I will hold the...
Anything else? That one. Have you got a lead? I've got a lead.
Trump has done more for this country in 4 years with nothing but solid attack on time. So stop. So please stop your head. Let's get on with the walk. Yeah.
Try that one. Hang on.
Cheryl, I will. I'm sorry, I don't want to get involved in politics at all.
Did that work?
I have to say, and I don't care to hopefully I don't upset some of my American friends who don't like maybe Trump, but I've always quite liked Donald Trump, so
That's enough.
that's enough. So, and this goes back a long time. I like the cheekiness of it all. I like that cheekiness, but no more. Look, let's not do politics. I'm not doing politics anymore.
No, we're
Stop, look into my eyes.
having a lovely walk and
It
we're on
is-
the lookout for a camp spot.
We are. If you see anywhere where
Don't
Michelle and I can
shout.
stop, let us know.
How's my thumbs up going?
Thumbs up, pretty measly at 39, and there's 132 in
Well, it's
at the
not a
moment.
bit.
Please, everybody, how about thumbs up if you would like someone really nice to win the next election? Not saying who. Mind you, really nice is subjective, isn't it? Right, we're going through this tunnel. I might lose connection,
Yes, we'll run.
but I'll go quick. So if we come out the other side,
If we come out the other side, when we come
we
out
are.
the other side. This is a long tunnel.
I think you would do a service to young people of the world if you would video the pensioners who are telling you they don't want to be saved. I have, in some instances, actually got some footage of people. It's not. I think some pensioners. Well, no, actually, most pensioners we meet are quite often of the opinion, because this is all being done in their name. They're quite often of the opinion that they really feel they don't want this devastation. I mean, think about Willie, Michelle.
Yes.
Willie and Stewie.
Yeah.
Willie was a farmer that we met. Lovely guy, salt of the earth guy, really, really wonderful Yorkshire farmer. And sorry to sort of talk about something sad, but his mother was sick.
No, his mother had passed.
The year before.
Yes.
She'd been. No, I got the story right. Don't you
Okay.
worry. I'll get it. I'll cover it. So she'd been poorly some year, 18 months before. Good day. How are you? And Willie went to visit her every day. She was completely compos mentis. She was actually completely lucid. So she had a lovely character, apparently. He described his mother. And I thought, what a lovely relationship between her mother and her son. And he went to visit her every day. And it was the most important thing for her to see him daily. And he said, had it been this year, she probably would have passed so much quicker for not being able to see him. And he was referring to a neighbour of his. This is in northern Yorkshire, in the Dales, whose mother was poorly that year and wasn't able to go and see the mother in the nursing home at all, and how harsh that had been, and how bad and destructive that had been. So anyway, this is getting all sad again.
It is.
There's that little arched
Oh, we've got baby cows on the riverbank.
oh, little
Cows.
cowlets,
Cowlets.
tiny cowlets, look.
Calves.
Have I, Steve, have you ever thought about taking a group with you travelling? Do you know, it'd be good fun, wouldn't it, Cheryl, to maybe go somewhere cool with a group? Maybe, yeah, maybe one day when we have thought maybe next year of settling somewhere a little exotic, and remind me about it, because it's really hard to do when you're a bunch of hobos like Michelle and I are, always on the road. It's hard to plan anything other than, you know, what
we're doing.
what can of spam we're going to have, and how we're going to heat up various sorts of rehydrated potato. So that's a good idea. It's a good point. And I'd love to. I think I love being with people. Michelle does too. So yeah, remind me. It's a good point. Good day.
Good day.
How are you? So it is nice, Lance. Yes, mate. It's a good thought, Cheryl. Best stay out of politics, J. Cruz. Do you know what? It is best to stay out of politics, but one day I might set up another channel just political. The Political Chef, I might call it. And I'll just do lots of politics and cooking.
He's often threatened to do that.
Yeah, I've talked about this. You know, it would have to be a channel that only a handful of you. Oh, look, they're going side by side. They went side by side under that bridge.
There's not enough room.
And there's not enough room, and he was balancing on the edge. Good day, veg fiend. Saturday, 2:53 a.m. What are you doing up at this time, veg fiend? Not getting enough meat in your life, mate. get yourself a.
That must be somebody from Australia or New Zealand.
It is, and I'm teasing them. They're playing games. Would I ever travel with my kids again? We'd love to travel with our kids.
They'd love to travel with us.
But you know, they're not kids anymore. They're fully grown adults, and I don't know how it works really. There's never been a scenario where I can sort of think of packing them up as we used to, and you know, traipsing off with them. They're fully grown adults now. I'd love to. I miss greatly traveling with my kids. Some of the best travel times we've had have been with our kids. No, there's no pub no more, Gordon. I think we're pubbed out.
We just passed Neil Morris's pub, that was all.
Veg fiend, where are you from? Somebody's asked. You don't know how to thumb up on a Chromebook keyboard. Anyone help? There should be somewhere around the video a thumbs up button. Well, Veg, they know you're from Australia, mate. You just said you were from Australia. I think they're asking what part. Maybe. So you see, you're getting all foggy, not enough meat in your diet. Go down, go and get yourself a Big Mac. I'm teasing you. You know I'm teasing you. Right, I think this has been longer than we anticipated, and there's so many lovely people in, but over 100 of you are not thumbed up for Michelle, so we're going to have to get off. And to be frank,
We've got to find somewhere to camp.
Today was showing you all about how we get through our day, from morning tonight. So hopefully that's given you a bit of insight on what we're up to. And the last stage you're not going to be able to see because I can't really do it. I can't multitask. I can't really look out for a keen place to stop and chat to you guys. So we are going to be looking for somewhere to stop.
And we do stop quite quietly and put up our tent.
Yeah, we don't do it sort of going, hello everybody,
everyone."
yeah, look over it, there's a
Shouting.
camping spot, oh, let's go in that guy's garden behind his potting shed. He won't notice us. We don't do that.
We do it quite discreetly.
We are going to stop soon, Cheryl. We need to. It's going to be well, actually, we've probably got another hour's walking,
Yeah.
but we are going to be looking
we're
in that
looking.
hour.
Doesn't mean we're walking for another hour. We're
If you haven't watched the other 2 videos from today's little series, go back and watch them. You'll see from our morning to our lunchtime to today how 2 epic long distance walkers get by to infinity and beyond. And also yesterday's stream, if you missed it,
Yeah.
do go and check it out.
and there's loads of streams on there from we've been walking for 8 weeks.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry that we are going to have to go there because look, I'm walking along carrying a power brick. I've got my arm up here.
Look, we haven't even got the solar panel out because we didn't expect sun today.
So say goodbye. Love to you all. You've all been absolutely wonderful,
It's
as
been
always.
cool.
I'm sorry if I've teased you. Sorry about the politics.
You can
But
join us
you
next time.
can wind me up and get me going on that easy. Love to you all. Be good. Subscriber from India.
Ooh,
We were in India
we were
earlier in the year.
Earlier in the year.
All right, so love to you all. Take care, and we'll see you again in a day or 2.
Yes.
All right, be good.
Bye.